Welcome to Circle C Farms Brooder. I would like to give you an introduction to our very large brooder. As you can see, we've got raised beds, and the reason that we do the raised bed is because it allows for ventilation around the entire chick. So, one of the key factors that we have found in the design of our new brooder, which is after Hurricane Irma, was that we went ahead and really reflected on what were we using before when we first started, what worked, what didn't work, what were the things that we had on our to change list for the next time, why did the things that we chose to do before, why didn't they work? And then what bits and pieces of those things did we really want to carry over to the new brooder design? So previously we had two smaller brooders, and we had used them in a similar fashion to what we have now. The difference was they were smaller, they didn't have as high of a ceiling, which controlled the airflow on a little bit more limited basis, and we wanted to have more airflow. We also really wanted to replicate the raised brooder bed. So when we designed this building after Hurricane Irma, we went ahead and looked at how can we best utilize our space, because we wanted to limit the amount of time and energy that it took to feed our baby chicks, but we also wanted to go ahead and really look at the brooder design so that we could keep small enough groups of baby chicks together and in close proximity so that they could stay warm with the heat lamps, but also so that as we bring in each group at approximately 1,000 to 1,500 at a time, we could do so in a fashion that was manageable and so that we could keep them clustered, because once they're ready to go out from the brooder to the ground at approximately 18 to 24 days, depending on how well they're developing, we wanted to make sure that we had it as set up in as smooth a possible way as we could. So what we have over here behind me is a group that's going to be going out in a couple of weeks. They're a few weeks old, and then behind them is part of their same group that came in with them, and over here we have another group, and they will be going out all together with the first three beds that I just showed you. Now, we have a group down a little further that we're going to be taking out later today, and we have already done a video and posted that to our YouTube channel talking about our mobile house setup. So the big things to remember in the brooder is you want to make sure you have really high ceilings. My recommendation after having survived a Category 4 hurricane would be to make sure that you weld everything that you possibly can. Don't anticipate anything being in place, even if you put anchors on it. Weld it, and weld it to concrete if you can, drop footers. The other thing I highly recommend is the way we have it set up in these raised brooders. As you're going to see over here, we've got automatic waterers. We have our rice that goes into automatic feeders. And to make sure that you've got ample electric set up so that you can have your fans geographically placed so that you can have plenty of airflow. There's a little bit of background fan noise going on, and you can see it a little bit down there in the back part of the picture. We have exhaust fans that typically you would put up as like a whole house fan. We have one on each side of our brooder, and we recently put those in the last couple of months, and we did that because we wanted to make sure that we had plenty of airflow. And with as hot as it gets down here some days, we wanted to make sure that we had a steady stream of airflow and that it was a good, healthy, clean air that was going through. And so you can see behind me over my shoulder on this side, we have got a bunch of baby chicks, and they're quite content enjoying their raised brooder. So that's kind of a quick introduction to our brooder. We'll do another video talking about more of the specifics of what we set up and why and how at another time. Thank you for joining us in the Circle C Farm Brooder. Have a great day.